Known for culture, music, diversity, tech, and picturesque views, San Francisco is an eclectic city to visit. Here you'll find hippies, college students, tech giants, artists, immigrant enclaves, and everything in between. I'm always amazed at the diversity of the city. 1. Hang out in the Mission District is a fabulous place to spend your night. After your busy day, go relax in Dolores Park for great views of the city, including the famous Full House, incredible Mexican food, cool bars, and an eclectic food scene thanks to all the hipsters. 2. Ride the cable cars. Riding the cable cars is an excellent way to tour the city and experience the various neighborhoods in San Francisco. Catch the cable cars from Market Street. They are fun to ride and will save you lots of time instead of walking up and down those hills. A one-way fare on a cable car is $8, or a one-day pass is $13. 3. Visit Lombard Street while riding the cable cars. Make sure to get off at Lombard Street and see what's claimed as the world's crookedest street. Watch the cars and bikers navigate the sharp turns as the tourists gawk at them. 4. Head up Coit Tower. Another major city landmark is Coit Tower. It was built in 1933 to help beautify the city. It features 27 fresco murals by different artists. From the top, you'll get panoramic views of the city. It's $9 to go to the top. Otherwise, you can explore the monument and murals at the ground level. 5. Head to Chinatown next to NYC. This is the most famous Chinatown in the United States. It's also the biggest. Immigrants from China first came to the West Coast and set up shop in San Francisco. Due to racial segregation, this neighborhood became predominantly Chinese, and though the segregation is over, the area has remained Chinese. Chinatown here has some of the best places to eat Chinese food in the country, as well as wonderful teahouses, bars, souvenir stalls, and fortune cookie makers. 6. Go on a harbor tour. Take an afternoon cruise of the bay to see the city from the water. There are many tour companies, but a cheap budget way to see the harbor is to take the public ferries for $13, same views, lower price. You can find prices and routes on the Ferries website. If you really want to do a tour though, go with Red and White Fleet. Their tours start from $34. 7. Hang out in the Castro. The Castro is known as the LGBTQ district of San Francisco. The area has lots of restaurants here. Locally sourced organic food is the thing here. Plus, there are a plethora of fun clubs that cater to the LGBTQ community but are fun for everyone. 8. Explore Haight-Ashbury. The birthplace of America's counterculture. The Haight was ground zero during the summer of 1967, aka the Summer of Love. Hippies used to live here, but yuppies have since moved in, buying up all the colorful Victorian homes and replacing head shops with high-end boutiques, chic restaurants, and hip cafes. It's still a fun place to visit, and Flower Power walking tours run in-depth and informative tours throughout the neighborhood from $20. 9. Take a walking tour. Free walking tours of San Francisco has a number of interesting walking tours that can teach you about the history of the eclectic neighborhoods or show you all the scrumptious food the city has to offer, offered daily throughout the day. 10. Eat at the Ferry Building. My top place to eat in San Francisco. This place is a foodie dream. On the weekdays, you'll find a lot of food stands outside the building and, on the weekends, a big farmer's market. Inside, you'll find restaurants and food vendors selling specialty food items as well as butchers, cheesemongers, a wine bar, and more. San Francisco travel costs. Hostel prices. During peak season, a bed in a 4-6 bed room will cost from about $52. For a room with 8 beds or more, expect to pay around $47. During the off-season, a bed in a room with 8 beds or more will cost from about $40 each night, while smaller rooms will cost about $50. A basic private room with a shared or en-suite bathroom for 2 costs from $130 per night during peak season. Prices are about $120 in the off-season. Budget hotel prices. Nightly rates for a budget 2-star hotel room start at about $169 in peak season. In the off-season, budget rooms start from $130. There are lots of Airbnb options in San Francisco. A shared room, like a bed in a dorm, averages about $33 per night, while a private room is about $82 per night. A full apartment averages about $189 per night. Food. Although eating out here can be expensive, there are lots of fancy restaurants and rich techies driving the cost of food and rents up. You can keep your spending in check by going to the local supermarkets, markets, food trucks, and mom-and-pop restaurants. It's easy to find street food like burritos for $6, or falafel for $8. You'll find empanadas for $4 and full pizzas for $10. Eating Chinese food is a must in San Francisco because it's good and is less expensive than other choices. A meal can cost $8 minus 12. For comparison, McDonald's is about $10. Bars and cafes are the cheapest options for full meals, costing about $8 minus 12 for lunch and a drink. Restaurants with table service are around $15 for lunch and $30 for dinner, starter, main, and drink to start.